Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Residents in parts of eastern Ontario and Quebec remain on high alert tonight as seasonal flooding continues throughout the region. Some homes now surrounded by water in low-lying areas after days of rainfall and the spring thaw. CTV's Natalie Van Roy has more from Gatineau.
Floodwaters rising drastically in Gatineau, Quebec. A road, sidewalk, and field turned into a lake in just hours.
It's getting stressful, but I do think that we should be all right now, getting the wall prepared.
Police blocking off this area next to the overflowing Gatineau River after persistent rainfall and the spring thaw. As the situation becomes more dangerous, officials holding a press conference Sunday.
They're open 24 hours, 7 days a week. There is currently 4 sites where people can go grab sandbags.
Neighbors building this long wall of sandbags as the water inches closer.
They're saying that we should be all right, but it will be coming up into the street for sure.
The water's coming up so fast, it's almost at the stop signs here.
Diane Picknell has lived through multiple floods. It doesn't get easier because she's wheelchair bound.
Very nervous. You know what happens if I have to go to the hospital or something?
Picknell planning a possible emergency stay at her brother's.
Somebody has to be with me because I have to climb the wheelchair over the wall, so I can't get out alone.
The city of Gatineau says more than 40 streets could be affected by the flooding, and more than 164 buildings could be at risk. Roads turning into rivers as flood warnings and watches remain in effect across eastern Ontario and in Quebec.
We have to be ready because, it's the wave when it comes, and I think it's going to be higher than ever.
Pumps getting water out for now as people brace for the peak.
The pumps working and prepare with generators.
Natalie Van Roy, CTV News.
Flooding elsewhere in the province is leading to dangerous and destructive scenes across cottage country. Warming temperatures and heavy rainfall putting numerous communities under flood alerts, with at least one town declaring a state of emergency. Now, this is some drone footage along the Burnt River in the Kawartha Lakes. That's about 4.5 hours southwest of Ottawa, and you can see low-lying areas submerged, with some homes completely surrounded by water, with multiple road closures in effect. All right, we'll take our first check of weather, what's happening here in Ottawa. A lovely sunset we had this evening here along the Ottawa River. We'll take a look now through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. We're sitting at 2 degrees, cooler evening here in the Ottawa area, but things will be warming up toward the middle part of the week. We'll tell you what's happening right now. We have a chance of showers and flurries in the overnight hours, a mix of sun and cloud into Monday, and on Tuesday we could see snow or flurries. But here right now we're looking at, for the next 24 hours or so, we've got a mix of sun and cloud. 4 degrees looks like it's going to be our high sometime on Monday. 2 degrees we're sitting at right now. Ontario Provincial Police are investigating a fatal collision in Quinte West. The crash happened around 8:30 Saturday night on Old Highway 2 just west of Montrose Road. Police say a pedestrian, a man in his 70s from Belleville, was pronounced dead at the scene. The highway was closed for several hours for the crash investigation. And 2 people were injured in a collision on Highway 17 in Deep River Sunday morning. OPP say the 2-vehicle crash happened around 10:40 between McNulty Road and Thomas Street. The 2 people involved in the crash were taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and that stretch of Highway 17 was closed for about 3 hours. And tonight we're learning more about a tragic shooting in Louisiana. 8 children were killed in a domestic attack in Shreveport on Sunday, and it's the deadliest mass shooting in the U.S. in more than 2 years.
Right now we have at least 10 individuals that were struck by gunfire last night in a domestic disturbance. 8 of these individuals are deceased.
Police say the children ranged from age 1 to 14 years old. The gunman is said to be related to 7 of those children. He fled the scene and was chased by officers who eventually opened fire, killing the suspect.
I think about the mother and what this family has lost. I think about this community and what this community has lost. And I don't have the words to give you, and I'm sorry.
2 women, one who is believed to be the gunman's wife, were also shot and taken to hospital. Authorities haven't commented on a possible motive yet. Well, backing off after mounting backlash, the Ford government's purchase of a private jet hit some turbulence when it was announced on Friday. Now, days later, the premier says the province will move to sell the plane after criticism over its multi-million-dollar cost. CTV's Beth McDonnell has more.
It's a sudden about-face on the purchase of a $28.9 million jet billed to taxpayers. Just 2 days after disclosing the acquisition, Ontario Premier Doug Ford says the plane is being sold.
You know, it shows his lack of judgment.
The right decision? I would think so, based on what everyone's going through right now.
I genuinely think he didn't think anyone would know, and he got caught, and he had to do it. He had to sell it.
In a statement, Ford says, despite the best of intentions, I have heard and agree that now is not the right time for the expense of a government plane. The province is working with Bombardier and other partners to sell the plane as quickly as possible. Friday, the Premier's office revealed the Canadian-made, pre-owned 2016 Challenger 650 jet as a way to support more certain, flexible and secure travel in Ontario, Canada and the U.S., which has increased since President Trump's tariffs. The opposition believes complaints from Ontarians led to the reversal.
It wasn't a problem until he got caught. He didn't see what a bad idea this was in the first place. It just shows you, I think, again, how out of touch the Premier is right now.
It's shocking that at a time when families can't afford groceries and gas, that the Premier would buy himself a private jet.
You know, gravy plane is a very powerful, caricature.
David Coletto with Abacus Data says one of Ford's virtues is his willingness to change his mind. This switch comes as the Ford brand built around accessibility, from Ford Fest to sitting at the back of the plane so people see him, is damaged.
I think it sends a signal that challenges that brand, that he will be less accessible to people. And I think it coincides with the Freedom of Information Act changes, that these two things happening in unison, I think is a real hit.
In Ford's own writing, there is some debate around the investment of a Premier's jet.
He's not going to be the Premier forever, right? Somebody else is going to come back and they're going to use it back, right? So right now, we don't have anything particular like that.
I personally think that there's enough public transit or transit available to him that he could have used.
While other voters feel the money can be better spent, recent cuts to OSAP came up.
I guess this is better, but still, the first point that he wanted to buy it, it's wrong. Why are you buying a plane where we have so much problems here?
In his statement, Ford says he will continue the work of building relationships with business and political leaders to fight tariffs, attract investment, and create jobs. Beth McDonnell, CTV News.
The conflict in the Middle East is still causing financial stress for drivers here at home. In Ottawa, regular gas going for an average of $1.71 a litre on Sunday, and that's on par with the provincial average, down about 2 cents from the average price from Saturday. But relief is on the way with the temporary suspension of the federal gas tax starting on Monday, and that'll be lasting until Labor Day. However, Canadians for Affordable Energy President Dan Mittag says prices will be climbing again soon.
It looks like market's going back to reality. Will we go back to where we were on Wednesday, April the 8th, where we were paying $1.88, $1.89? I don't think so, not yet. But the longer this goes on, the greater the likelihood that what we're going to see is prices moving up back into the $1.75, which is what we're paying today, maybe $1.80 by a week's end. And goodness knows where it goes from there.
The price of diesel is also expected to drop by about 23 cents a litre on Monday. A group of parents in Orleans have launched a petition calling on the province to address lead levels in some school taps. The push follows a recent report from the Canadian Environmental Law Association that analyzed positive lead tests across Ontario school boards. It found the Ottawa Carleton District School Board had the highest level of tests, above the maximum accepted levels in water. Ontario's maximum allowable lead level is 10 parts per billion, double what Health Canada recommends. Now, parents behind the petition want the province to bring Ontario's standard in line with federal guidelines. Well, after starting the 2026 campaign at 0-2, Atletico Ottawa is looking for their first win of the season this afternoon in Montreal.
Defending to do first, though, for Atletico Ottawa. The headers from two.
This game went into stoppage time, and Tier Duhaney Walker with the late game winner for Ottawa. 1-0 is the final over Super de Quebec, the CPL's latest expansion team. Now, this was Montreal's first ever home game as well. Ottawa was happy to spoil the party, though. Atletico's next home game will be their home opener, and that's set for next Sunday at 1 o'clock against Vancouver FC. All right, coming up, chilly temperatures sticking with us for a couple of days before we warm up again in the middle of the week. We'll have your details with your extended forecast up next. Well, here's a look at the Queensway. East and westbound traffic moving very well this hour. Not worried about any problems. We do have some overnight construction, though, not really slowing anything down if you are planning on heading out this evening. All right, we'll take another look at the weather this evening. A wonderful shot there of the Rideau Falls. We've got a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky camera, sitting at 2 degrees still here in the capital. And again, the temperatures are really cooling down after a great couple of days that we had sitting, if you were out and about in the capital, that is. Here's a look through the satellite radar. Again, some cloud cover rolling in through the area. And again, we could see some flurries coming into the region as well. That'll be on Tuesday. We'll take a look through here for our tonight's lows. -3 here for the Ottawa area, -2 and -3 along the CUA as well. We're looking at -8 toward the Bancroft area, -9 up in Kittigan-Zibi, -1 toward Pembroke. They could see a flurry tonight as well. -7 for Gatineau as well as Petawawa, -9 for Maniwaki, -4 for Kemptville, looking at -8 and toward Mont-Tremblant, -1 toward the Montreal area. As for tomorrow's highs, we've got 4 degrees, a mix of sun and cloud. We could see some more possible wet weather coming through the area. We've got, again, 4 degrees for Ottawa, 4 along the Seaway as well, 5 degrees, though, for Trenton, 4 for Bancroft, same thing for Kittigan-Zibi, and 3 towards the Pembroke area. 4 degrees in Gatineau for your daytime high, 3 degrees in Petawawa, 5 in Kemptville, and 2 towards the Maniwaki area. We'll take a look at what's happening for the week ahead. Again, on Monday, a mix of sun and cloud, 4 degrees the high. We could see some flurries on Tuesday, 6 degrees the high there. And then things will get a little bit warmer towards midweek. On Wednesday, 14 degrees will be the high with a mix of sun and cloud. Same thing on Tuesday, but 16 degrees will be the high. And we could see some more showers to roll in for the weekend.
Even after midnight, people are still out there having a good time.
Well, still ahead, coming alive at night. A new report from the city is highlighting how Ottawa's nightlife is heating up. The downtown core is getting busier after dark. Last week, a report from the city highlighted some of the economic challenges in the area, but as CTV's Josh Moreno tells us, one bright spot is Ottawa's nightlife making a comeback.
At Nelson Pub and Eatery on Laurier, Caitlin Knight says business has been good.
People are just looking for a good time. People love music and socializing. So anything we can do to drive that, we definitely try to do here at the Nelson.
Seeing Ottawa's nightlife reemerge is a welcome sign for Knight for when she's working behind the bar or out on the town herself.
We don't usually get out till after midnight anyways. And it's still a booming crowd. Even after midnight, people are still out there having a good time.
According to a recent city staff report, Ottawa's downtown core has seen a rise in evening visits for 2 consecutive years, growing 8.8% from 2023-24 and another 5.1% to 5.7 million in 2025.
I definitely feel like the bars have been busier.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say I think it also picks up sooner.
The increase driven mainly by new restaurants and added attractions across the core.
We want to get back to those pre-COVID numbers. We know people want to get outside. We know they want to hang out and have fun. And I'm glad they're doing it.
For people out on the town, that kind of nightlife is exactly what they've been looking for.
We were just at the Heart and Crown on Preston Street.
Yeah, it was their country night, I think. So there's a lot of people in cowboy hats, denim on denim, as you can tell.
I know a lot of people are really excited, for example, about the World Cup and going to see that on a big screen as well. So I think we put a lot of things in place to facilitate that.
But of course, there's always more to be desired.
An actual country bar, because like Crazy Horse all the way out in Canada.
It's a bit of a drive.
I feel like something downtown would be nice.
I think more karaoke.
Yeah.
For Knight, she's doing her best to help, with the Nelson extending hours due to increased demand, as well as bringing karaoke nights.
We have it start at 9 p.m. every Thursday and go, because it's still new, we don't have like it on strict hours, We are allowed to stay open and serve alcohol until 2 a.m. So if the place is booming and people are having a great time, we'll keep it going.
Josh Morano, CTV News.
I wanted my girls to see sometimes what it takes for women to succeed.
Well, after the break, we check out a leadership event aimed at inspiring young women and girls here in the capital.
There's a huge universe out there.
Super Mario Galaxy leveled up once again for the third straight weekend at the box office, adding another $35 million US right across North America. Project Hail Mary, starring Ryan Gosling, is staying in orbit in second place with another $20.5 million. And Lee Cronin's The Mummy swooped its way into third with $13.5 million in its debut. Well, being a teen these days can come with major challenges, from social media and high expectations to facing insecurities as they grow to find their way in the world. CTV's Kimberly Johnson has more from Built to Lead, an event for young women and girls to inspire their futures with stories from successful female leaders in our community.
A chance to hold an Olympic medal and meet her hero, Brianne Jenner, is something Sophie LaRose wasn't going to pass up.
I wanted to see how all women work in other their jobs and how they became who they are right now.
And her knowing what's possible is also important to her mother.
I just wanted my girls to see sometimes what it takes for women to succeed. There's a lot of challenges now on young children, so for me it was really important.
Among those attending the Built to Lead event at the Shenkman Arts Centre Sunday.
And the losses, the injuries, the times I was cut. These are the moments that mattered most for me.
Jenner, captain of the Ottawa Charge and an Olympic gold medalist, among the speakers Sunday, which hopes to inspire young women and girls hearing stories of perseverance and leadership.
We've all had a lot of adversity to get to where we are, and I think hearing that message is so valuable for this young audience.
Leading is in all of us.
emceed by Your Morning Ottawa's Rosie Etta, a wide variety of speakers, attendees also hearing from the Deputy Chief of Police, and CTV Ottawa's Patricia Bowl sharing stories of her own path behind the desk.
I think there are so many incredible, smart, strong girls out there who still sometimes have those moments of doubt and sometimes need a little nudge, need to see what they can be and what is out there. And I was very thrilled to be asked to be part of this.
Presented by the Walker Real Estate Group as well as Bell Media, organizers say it's important for young women to see how many roles there are waiting for them.
We have girls from junior high, even some in elementary, but high school is the main target range. We have lots of guardians, even mentors, and even coaches of sports teams here. We've had lots of parents that were like, you know, I really need this for myself. So that's what's really inspiring about the afternoon.
Kimberly Johnson, CTV News.
All right, coming up, we'll show you how this robot blew away the competition at a half marathon in China.
Pure Country 94. Texas, I can tell. Ottawa's home for the best country music. Listen for your chance to win $50,000 with Pure Country's big $50K payday.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
All right, we'll take a look at your wake-up weather and a peek at what's happening the week ahead. We've got 2 degrees, what we're waking up to. A chance of flurries that we're looking at to start off your Monday morning. Looks like 4 degrees will be the high as well, so it won't be warming up much. Then on Tuesday, some more chance of flurries that we're looking at. 6 degrees the high, but then warming up into the double digits Wednesday right through the rest of the week with a mix of sun and cloud on Wednesday and Thursday, and possibly a flurry toward the weekend. We don't know yet. All right, a humanoid robot is turning heads in Beijing, running a half marathon faster than any human, has ever done before. This robo-runner from Chinese cell phone maker Honor finished with the 21-kilometer course in about 50 minutes and 26 seconds, and that's according to Chinese state media. The robot not only beat all the humans in the race, it also crushed the current men's world record of 57 minutes and 20 seconds. Really fast. They also had some other robots participating. Didn't do quite as well, but wow, it's a fast robot. That's CTV News for this Sunday, April the 19th. For all of us here at CTV News, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.